Now, welcome back everybody to the channel, and welcome back finally again in the flight simulator of my laptop. It actually does run quite well. As you can see right here, we are right now in the city of London. Let's go ahead and head towards the airport of London City. Here we go. And on the end of this interesting runway, we can see an interesting plane. Now, who is responsible for this? What is this even? Is this supposed to be like a 777 with high wing design? Yes, everybody, we've got a little bit of an interesting construction today. Just normal explain things. Yes, it's time to check out some interesting add-ons here that you can download for the Explain Flight Simulator. You know, planes that people built for the Flight Simulator, like Lewis, who built the S404, derived from the 777, obviously. And, It looks like this. Great. But Lewis L actually here didn't give us any information on what this airplane is or what it can do, but that's another story. We have to find that out ourselves, I guess. So yeah, again, we have a 777 with a high wing design, which looks just absolutely horrible. I don't know who's responsible for that nose landing gear. How's that even gonna work in real life? Look how it nicely spins here, but that will never work. What the hell? And in general, we have a very, very interesting landing gear design. What the hell is that even? Is this broken? That's just great to see. Let's go and hop into the cockpit, and in here we can see it's not particularly brilliant, this cockpit, but let's go ahead and release the brakes and just try to take off if that's at all even possible. Here we go. Full power. You can see the engines spiraling up. Yes, everybody. That's good. What we don't have here though is sound, like at all. Who made this? All right, great. Oh, okay, what we do have is landing gear sound, and it's just absolutely horrifying. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and take off, everybody. Now, we are, again, given no description of this aeroplane and its design, or, you know, the advantages of using a high wing design. I don't know. I mean, what could be really awesome here if you had a wing that's, you know, on the top of the aeroplane instead of on the bottom, which is, you know, would normally be on the 777, is, of course, all the passengers would have a nice view. You know, no wing would ever block the view from the outside. That would be great. And well, I think with this kind of design, I think this plane would actually fly. What do you guys think about this design? I'm not quite sure. I have to move on. You know, this is just way too overwhelming here. My goodness. Luckily, we have some more planes, like the Chassis Gallery. And what can I expect when I click on Start New Flight with this plane here? Looks like a boat. All right, let's try this. No, righty. So back to London City, and let's check out this plane, and it's actually a canoe indeed. Question though is, of course, does it fly? I mean, let's give it some power. Yes, you can see the oars actually moving somewhat. Hello, here we go. Come on, full power. Give me some power here. Come on, full power. Yes. Can we? Oh, damn. This thing's actually got quite a few features. All right, everybody. So, is that a beer bottle? Who the hell made this plane? All right, great. So how do we control things? How do we give power? Here we go. This way. Yes. You know, this interesting plane is actually more detailed than I thought it would be. So, do we have to turn it on? I guess. Here we go. Fuel pump. Start. Come on, will you start up, you stupid thing? How's this even gonna work? Come on, give it some power. Why doesn't it work? Why is it telling us to not touch this? Which is way too confusing. Why can't I fly this? Why is this so complicated, this thing? God damn it, come on. The thing I can try is just spawning this into midair and see what happens. It's just not gonna crash, is it? Flying boat, everybody, the Chasse Galerie. I don't know who did this or whose idea this was, but here we go, we're flying. We're not flying. Yes, everybody, the Chasse Galerie is actually flying now. We have reached peak realism here in the flight simulator, flying around London with a boat. And what it could be ironic is, of course, you're doing a landing here in the Thames River, right? Or is that how you pronounce it? Thames? Whatever. As you can see, this does actually fly. Now, there's no power here. This emojis. What? Get off here. Yes, as you can tell, there's no proper power here in this aeroplane. I don't know why. Come on, can we just, like, the engines are started up, right? Like, we've got these oars moving here as well, I guess, that are helping us fly. Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure that this was made with the help of beer, indeed. Just by the idea of it. Maybe let's just try to come in for a landing here as well. Yes, on the Thames River, indeed. Okay, come on. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah, as you can tell, we have no engine sounds here of this interesting plane. Maybe because it's not actually it's not a plane, it's a flying boat. It doesn't have an engine that makes noise. I've just realized how stupid this video is. Great one. You know, I hate the fact that I cannot fly this properly. Like, it does fly somewhat, though. I don't really get this. Yeah, maybe we need something a little bit more serious. A little bit of a plane that will bring the overall level of intellect of this video a little bit up. All right, everybody, my intellectual friends, let's go ahead and check out this interesting aircraft. Also, pretty new here for the flight simulator. And well, this is very interesting to check out. The thing is, this is, like, unlike the other planes here in this video, this is actually a real plane. And you guys might already just know it. Yes, everybody, the Rotodyne. That's what this plane is. Indeed, a plane that has flown in real life right here in the 1950s. This was a little bit of a concept aircraft. Here you can see it. Here's some pictures. Here's some pictures of it flying. This is where it flies here as well. As you can tell, it did actually fly. Here's another version of it. Sorry. We have some more pictures right here. Yes, everybody. This is a British kind of invention, and it makes actually quite a lot of sense. As you can tell, I mean, just by looking at it, it does look a little bit like a fusion between a helicopter and an airplane. And that's because that's what it is. And, well, that is not a bad idea. Because, you know, this kind of design combines the advantages of a helicopter and the advantages of a plane together. You know, the helicopter has a thing where it can land and take off everywhere, you know, VTOL, because it doesn't need a runway, and it combines that with the advantage of the plane, which is of course speed, because the biggest disadvantage of a helicopter is speed, and the biggest disadvantage of a plane is runway, and so yeah, we know, whatever. This is not that bad. Let's hop into the cockpit. It doesn't look necessarily good. I like our sneakers. Are those some Adidas? God damn it. And what does her face look like? Oh, as you can see, it's been chopped up. Our whole head is gone. That's just great to see. Anyway, as you can see right here, we are actually spawned into the right position of this aeroplane, just kind of like a helicopter. Yeah, because the captain of a helicopter sits on the right, whereas on a plane, of course, they sit on the left. Anyway, let's go ahead and give this some lift right here. This interesting plane, of course. It can, yes, do a VTOL takeoff, everybody. We are flying a plane that can fly VTOL, which isn't that amazing? There we go. Let's just go ahead and give some of those other engines we have a little bit of thrust. Here we go. So we can nicely have some flight, please. All right, there we go. Got the very Rotodyne, everybody. We are actually flying and we're still alive. Still better control than the boat. My God. Yes, everybody. And guess what we just did right here? Again, fusing the advantage of a helicopter, which is of course taking off without needing a runway, and of course the enormous speed of the airplane. This thing could fly at like 170 knots, which at the 1950s of times was really good. So everybody, let's go ahead and give it some power, this airplane, so it can really start to fly horizontally. Come on. Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it does have very, very short wings. Oh goodness. Oh my God, we're crashing. We're genuinely crashing right now. Let me just say, in real life, this plane was very safe. Alrighty, anyway, let's do some further testing and maybe see if we continue to die. Now, everybody, we are, as you can tell, at a heliport. London's heliport. Also here on the Thames River, looks absolutely magnificent. As we try to take off here with this interesting plane here. Now, again, using your trackpad of your computer isn't the wisest idea to do some sort of flight testing like that. But here we go. We have some good control of this aeroplane. We can now go ahead and throw on these other engines that we have, the turboprop. Here we go. We can now go ahead and do some more horizontal flying. Here we go. Yes. I do very much doubt that the plane actually flew with this kind of system here, with these interesting rotor systems here in real life, but that's another story. We are flying this plane. So this was the horizontal mode. Let's maybe go back to the vertical mode right here. Survive this first of all. We're upside down. That would be in real life a bit of a problem here, I guess. Yes, absolute realism. All right, I want to go back to, did you see that? We lost our rotor. That's a good thing. Crashed into London, huh? Sorry. Now, something I would like to try, actually, is what happens if we remove this interesting big rotor and just try to take off with this short wing and those two engines. Try this out. Now, for that one, I'm just going to fail this interesting engine right here. There we go. Yes. As you can see, we've now removed it. Let's go ahead and try to take off anyway. Probably not going to work all too well. Here we go. Yeah, plane is a little bit confused right now why it's just trying to take off like a normal plane, which I guess it could in real life as well, take off normally. But it needs that rotor definitely to produce any kind of lift. Do you even lift, bro? And it doesn't lift, bro. Come on, maybe. Can we spawn it into midair and see if it flies still? Come on, here we go. Yes. Give it a little speed. All right, everybody, the Rotodyne. And it doesn't fly at all, which I guess is probably a little bit realistic. Yeah, those short wings would never produce proper lift, and we're dead. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this interesting video. Some interesting add-ons you can get for the flight simulator. Very professional, as you can clearly tell. And so thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, as always. Good night. Now, thank you to all my members here on YouTube, like Spice, Robbie, Middle Aged, Levi, Junk in the Trunk, Mubarak, Darren K, Oh Man, Moritz, John, Kelly Chaos, Death Rider, Ragings, Noah, Yes Aviation, Producers are One, Saturn, Cat, Suno, Shadow, New York, and Jackie Boy.